All right, let's do this. Ardacon episode 3, 2, 1. All right, welcome back to Council of the North. We have another episode for you today. Today I am Will, and I have with me Andrew. Say greetings, Andrew.
Greetings. Wow, leave it in. But that's staying in. Dude, you're thrown off today. We're just going off script here. You counted us in. You never count us in.
No, I don't know what I'm doing.
You counted us in. You just burped during recording.
I had a burp that I couldn't quell. Yeah, I'll cut this part out. Don't worry about it.
Staying in. I'll edit. Don't worry.
Okay, if you edit, then you can leave it in.
You're welcome, everyone.
But today we are going to be talking about the biggest thing that happened in MESBG for a while. It is Ardacon, another Ardacon episode. Ardacon is over. We have a top 10 list episode. We're going to look at kind of the ones that won and go over what our thoughts are. Maybe we talked about them already on our Ardacon preview. Who knows? But before we get to that, we'll do our regular stuff. Actually, new regular stuff, but we'll get to that. We have a live stream today. If you're listening to this the day that we release it, we have a live stream today at 8 p.m., August 12th.
Eastern time, Toronto time.
Eastern time. Yeah, we have some upset British folk about that time, but it is what it is.
We got jobs over here.
Yeah. And then, we'll get right into our regular stuff. So, first of all, we should mention that Zach's okay. He's missing from a couple episodes recently. We're gonna chalk it up to him being just busy with life right now. We'll call it. But in the meantime,
neither of us are busy. By the way, we have nothing going on in our lives. Apparently.
Yeah. No, I just went back to work. Life is just brutal. But this is my moment. 8 p.m. on a Tuesday night. Live stream. I am taking over the shame section. That's the big news from today. Is that it's all about me now. I am the commissioner. It is my thing. Zach's a little busy, so I'm going to take it over
permanently.
I have come up with a new thing called the shame wheel, and so we're going to change things up a little bit. It used to be, you get shame points, and at 5 you get punished or whatever. This one is going to be new. We're going to be punishing people every week, and basically we're going to spin the shame wheel. I have 13 options on there right now. I'm probably going to add more eventually.
Maybe
basically whatever.
Maybe patrons can vote to add more.
Yeah, dude, I'm looking for ideas. Just looking for ideas. But basically now the shame points really matter because every week you're going to get punished for them. And I think we'll do it where every shame point is a punishment. But if you get up to like 5 shame points, then we'll do like a patron punishment, which is going to be like a bigger thing. And then basically, there's a ton of things, but we'll get to that today because we are going to spin the wheel today.
Someone got a shame point.
And if you don't do your shame wheel challenge by the next episode, you have to pay $5 into our shame pot. That's the new thing. There's a kicker.
But I would like to say, if you get a shame point, you pay your $5. That doesn't add like a second shame point or anything, right? It's just you're paying the $5 and that's going towards the channel and that's your penance for the shame, right? Okay.
Yeah. And we don't know what we're going to do with that money, but it'll probably be something for, I know we have a tournament plan. Maybe we'll do like buy some prizing for it, or maybe we'll get some more dice eventually. We can help pay for that. But we're going to start funding ourselves more by keeping track of our hobbying. So Andrew, did you hobby this week?
I did. For those of you who saw, I finally finished my Witch King after a long time. I know Zach's gonna be happy. I was just not feeling motivated. I know I allegedly got shame points for some reason, and then I was feeling unmotivated because Zach's an unfair commissioner. And then Will and I were on strike for a week, so I didn't paint then.
Yeah.
And I finally sat down. I got to it. I finished some highlights. I did the base. I got these little mushrooms on like a bunch of different bushes rather. And that's going to be sort of my palette for my display board, for my Host of the Witch King display board that I want to do. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm not I mean, everything could always be better, but I'm pretty happy with it. I think it's going to look really good on the tabletop. I can't wait to
Yeah.
get them out, play some host.
The mushrooms on the base look amazing.
They're great. They're just 3D printed, which I paid way too much for them, for 3D printed mushrooms. Maybe I'll get you to print me some next time. But they are quite detailed. So you know what? And I bought them in Torchlight. I'm happy to support Torchlight. So there you go.
Sweet. Yeah, and I did some painting. I did some highlights on these little goblin prowlers. I should know where the STLs are from.
Man, those are cool.
They're super cool.
Look at those guys.
There's like one hole in the dwarf head. There's like everybody's got daggers out for throwing two-handed axes. I have one that I haven't started yet, where he's like like this huge rock and he's upside down climbing down it. So it's like really really cool sculpts. But yeah, so I did some highlights on them. They're not done, but I did paint for the first time in a long time, and it felt good.
It feels good to get back to it.
Yeah, especially when there's money on the line now. And then Zach's not here tonight, and he didn't paint anything. So
what a surprise!
We have our first shame wheel spin. Let me share this. I know this shame section has taken a long time, but I'm hoping it's going to be worth it. Hoping.
Wheel of shame.
All right, and this is our shame wheel. There's 13 options. There's a lot of stuff. There's like trivia where you have to answer a trivia question or you spin the wheel twice, paint a model, but it doesn't count for your shame point avoidance, basing, painting terrain, making a hobby vlog, making Instagram posts, a swap option where you make one of the other hosts do a shame, and escape the shame. There's a couple things on here. So let's go ahead. We're going to spin it for Zach tonight, and hopefully we don't get a one that we need him to be here for. Boom. Paint terrain.
There we go. Easy one.
Right on. All right. Well, let Zach know that. And by either he paints a piece of terrain by our next episode, or it's $5. $5 into the pot.
Which we'll never see.
What do you think, Andrew? Good shame section? This is going to be good?
This is way better. We get something visual. People can see. We don't have to squint and look at a ragtag piece of paper with markings all over it that are all false. This is good. Good job.
We'll see. All right, we'll see how it goes. But Zach is going to paint a piece of terrain for next week, and that's it for shame. So you have a quiz question. I think we're just saying the question again this week.
Yeah, we're just repeating it. This is the second week here, and it's a good one. And I've already seen a lot of answers. A lot of book nerds out there listening, so that's really good to see. But this is a question. So, of course, last quiz question was asking what type of trolls Sauron sent to Minas Tirith and to the Black Gate, and those, of course, were oh gosh,
Hill trolls.
I forget now. Hill trolls, which Olo guy is a black speech name for them, which a lot of people guessed and got right. It's very surprising, actually. But so now this question is a follow-up. Who stabs one of these trolls? And who were they defending? So 2 names. Both have profiles in the game. It's not anything crazy. There's already a lot of guesses. So if you guess, good job. And go and guess. See if you're right. Win yourself the chance to buy a beer.
And I think last time you clarified, this is, I think, in Minas Tirith and from the book, right?
In Minas Tirith and from the book. Yeah.
That's it, eh?
That's it. Keeping it short. We're turning a new leaf here.
Right
new
on.
Shame section, faster quiz section.
Whew. What a day. I guess before we get to the list, we're going to do the top 10 lists. But before we get to that, we'll kind of talk about anything that we saw from the weekend that kind of was good or bad in our opinion. I'll say actually one of the things I wasn't sure about, but after seeing all the pictures and stuff online, was actually Sylvester McCoy being there and he got to do like the panel and everything. That seemed really cool to have like an actual Lord of the Rings actor, well, Hobbit, but an actual actor from the movies there. Was there anything there that got you going, Andrew?
Yeah. So many things. I mean, I could talk about Ardacon like for an hour. We could do a whole episode on just what we liked about Ardacon. But I liked that it was actually like, obviously the tournament's the important bit, but there was actually so much more going on. There was like painting lessons, like masterclass lessons with, I forget his name. We'll have to, I'm sure we'll figure it out at some point. But like, that's so cool. Like, people just go in for free to the venue and go and like get like sweet painting lessons, and a whole bunch of other stuff like that. Like, it's becoming more than a tournament. It's actually like a con now. It's actually a convention. It's not just a big tournament. I mean, it was always more than a big tournament, but now it feels like really like a MESBG convention.
Yeah, one of the coolest things about it that I wish I could have like seen for myself was on Instagram. I think he's painting an Arda, but the one he had set up so many different like fantastic terrain. Like, he had the whole Mines of Moria. He had a bunch of other like side stuff like Battle of Fornhust and things like that, and it all just looked like so amazing. And it was like a whole, I forget what they called it, but like, you could just go up there and walk through and view everything like a museum. It was really, really cool.
I never wanted to be somewhere so badly before, to be honest.
Yeah,
It's making me think about going next year.
Think you should. You should, man. I think tickets are on sale right now. Just pick up a ticket and then you can always sell it later.
I know, I can always get rid of it. I should do. I'm very tempted.
Dude.
Flying out of Canada is such a pain, though. It's so expensive.
It's going to be worth it, man. Look at what just happened. Look what we missed this year. That's what I'm saying.
We'll see.
Yeah, I think that's a couple things that we like. Obviously, we could go on forever, but a couple of things that were pretty big highlights from just viewing from afar. It was cool. It was unfortunate the live stream was canceled, but then they did get one up. I think the channel's name was like I'm gonna mess this up. El Retornadel Hobby or something like that. I speak English. I'm sorry. But yeah, it was cool that we actually had at least some form of a stream and could kind of, I hopped in and out of it a couple times and just kind of like to be there in the room in some form of way. It was pretty cool.
It was pretty cool. I'm glad that they got a stream up.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been such a shame if we didn't get a stream.
Yeah. But then, Andrew, should we just start talking about lists or what?
Trying to think about anything else to say about Ardacon. No, I would just say awesome jobs to James and the team, Ardacon team, for putting that on. What a cool thing to have in our community, honestly. Like, everyone's always like so kind, and we go to tournaments or whatever, and then you fly out there and like everyone from around the world super welcoming. And so big thanks to the whole Ardacon team for working extremely hard, I'm sure. Harder than we all know, probly, to put that on.
Yeah, I can't imagine what it takes to run that. Like, that's an insane amount of work. Oh, actually, the trophies and medals, I've seen people posting on like Instagram and stuff now. The hobby, like people who won like Mithril Brush and stuff, it got one of the Ardacon medals. It's like the Elven helmet and stuff. Dude, that stuff is so cool.
It looks really good.
It's so cool.
Yeah. Everything about Ardacon is just so awesome. Like, it's just like the tournament you want to be at.
We're definitely fanboys over here.
Yeah, we're a little fanboy. But it's just still true. Even though we're fanboying, it's still true.
Yeah. We should mention before we get into the list, this was, anybody who doesn't know, I feel like everybody should know, but anybody who doesn't know, this was a 700-point tournament in Manchester. I think there was a total on TTA of like 241 players. I saw that there were some drops and stuff, so maybe it was up or like down a little bit or not, but 240 players started the event. The only like format change was that you entered in as like a team. You could have up to nine people on the team.
So
6 or 9, I can't remember, but basically you won't play any of your teammates throughout the tournament. Right? So then there's a team score, so like your team can win the tournament, and then there's also individual scores. Otherwise it's a 7-round event, so like that's a lot of games. And yeah, we'll get into the top 10 list. The cool thing is in our top 10, there's only one list that comes up twice. There's like 9 unique army lists, which is really cool to see. But yeah, Andrew, you want to share it and show us number 10?
Let's take a look at number 10. And this is, share it. This is Robin Michard. I think it's Michard. Playing, look at this, Reclamation. What a fun list this is. So he's got 35 models. He's got Boromir, fully kitted. He's got 1 knight, 10 shield, or 5 shield, 5 spear, and then Faramir and a knight, the same, and then Madril with no knight, and the same 10 warriors.
Mm-hmm.
Very straightforward. Look at that.
No rangers. This is the first thing I noticed. They didn't bother with any of the bows or anything. I guess Faramir and Madril have bows, but
yeah, 2 bows.
Went as many tin cans as he can get and give Boromir enough time to work. It's
yeah, it seemed to work because he got 10th place.
10th place. What was his record? Was it like a 5-1-1?
It was a 5-1-1. Yeah, you can see up here.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I see that now. And yeah, and then they did do like major and minor wins and stuff. So if you got like a minor, like not doubling, then it was only like a 5-1 for TPs, but a major win was 6-0, stuff like that. So, yeah, 5-1-1 with this list. I think Reclamation is such an interesting one because it was so overplayed for the first 6 months of the edition when we didn't have all the models that I feel like people have forgot about it. And it's still like, how cool of a list, right? Like Boromir, Faramir sharing stuff and just going wild.
Yeah. Boromir with 9 might and 6 will, or 6 or 5 will, whatever. That's a lot.
It's a lot to handle. And this is, I think this is the only list where you can get Boromir with the flag, like with this big banner.
I think so.
I know you can't in Minas Tirith. And so, yeah, it's
too bad.
It's very good. Yeah, we talk about Boromir a ton because he's just so good. Fight 7 and 6 might points. Like,
so reliable. Like, yeah, you're winning as long as you're fighting. You're winning your first 3 or 4 fights of the game, no matter what.
Yeah, and then this list
have the might.
This list fixes his like biggest problem, being like susceptible to magic. It's like, oh, here's 3 more will points from Faramir to resist spells. You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, really cool. I think I don't know what we expected for a top 10, but this is the one list that appeared twice in the top 10. So it's obviously consistent, right?
Yep. Should move on. We can see his record here, just going like so many clean victories. Like, that's insane.
Yeah.
And a 1-1. That's a weird tie to the death 1-1. Was this like match fixing? What's going on here? 1-1 into the death? I'm trying to think,
because there's banner VPs into the death, isn't there? And Boromir would be alive with the banner. I don't know.
We'll leave that. Let's look at Adrian Loquette, I believe, playing Minas Morgul, going 6-1. And I got to do that. Okay.
And so 6-1, and it looks like he started 6-0, lost at the top table on the
to none other than Alex Colasante. Look at that. We'll see where he finishes. That's kind of a huge spoiler, but there you go.
Yeah, we just anyway. All right, 52 models, 700 points.
52 models.
We got a Witch King on Felbeast. We got a bunch of 7 Mortar Orcs with shields, 8 with spear. We got a banner, a drummer, and a specter. We got 3 Mortar Orc captains with more Mortar Orcs with shield, with spear, a couple 2-handed, and then 1 other. I think in total there was 3 specters. There's 1 Mortar Orc captain that doesn't have a specter in his warband. Yeah, 52 models is a lot, and Blades of the Dead everywhere. And just Mortar Orc captains that are fight 4 with Blades of the Dead, they're fun to use, man.
And you know what? I really like this as well.
2-handed weapons?
Just a couple 2-handers. Just a couple.
Yep.
Because when you're going two-handed and wounding on courage, you're killing whatever that is, as long as you get to wound. Wounding on
Yeah, I
3s or
agree.
4s.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a very, I don't know, it just seems like a very generic list. Like this and Reclamation both seem like a straightforward show, right?
Yeah. This one a little bit less so because the Witch King's actually hard to pilot and hard to play against because there's magic and he's flying and a monster.
I guess like from an army list, like army bonuses, it's like, oh yeah, you get Blades of the Dead, and then Reclamation is like Boromir, Faramir, Share, and
Yeah.
everything is very on the table. There's not, obviously with the Witch King, there's like tricks and stuff you could pull with that, but 52 models is just super healthy. It feels really, really good.
Yeah, 52 models that can do damage. It's not just your regular orcs. And 3 specters, yeah. I struggle to see taking any more than 3 specters, even at 800 points. I feel like it just eats in.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you need any more tests to the turn. Like, you're not trying to pull a whole army all over the place. You just want to try to get 1 or 2 models out of position, right?
Yeah.
The list is also
fun.
like pretty mobile, right? Like the drummer, the 12-inch drummer, means he's affecting everything other than the Witch King, which Witch King is already moving faster than the rest of them. So like, I think this list, I guess the Spectres don't, but this list is like surprisingly fast.
Yeah, and the Spectres don't need it because their thing is 12-inch range anyway, so they can sit back. Yeah, I think when you're playing Minas Morgul at anything over like, I don't know, 600, basically, you pretty much need to bring a drum, is what I've learned. Like, you can play without it, but if you come up to shooting, like, you're taking so much damage.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you got to get there, right? Yeah. I think that's about it for Minas Morgul, right? You want to go to number 8?
Let's look at number 8. We got Tyler DeLong, Battle of 5 Armies. Also going 6-1. He's got 37 models, so pretty good. He's got Beorn, he's got Legolas, 6 Mirkwoodels with Glaive, 2 with Shield, and he's got a Lake Town Militia Captain with a bunch of Lake Town with Spear, and then 5 with Bow. He's got Hilda and Bianca with some more Militia, 6 with Bow. And he's got Nori the Dwarf, Champion of Erebor.
Yeah. It's a very healthy model count for having a Beorn and a Legolas.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Lake Town's not that great, but it's just like, it's similar to the Boromir list where it's like you just got to get enough bodies on the table for Beorn and Legolas to like do something, you know what I mean?
Yeah, do something and be able to, at the end of the game, capture your objectives.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think Beorn's an awesome monster. I mean, Legolas is what he is. We've known that for
we
how
don't need
long
to talk
now?
about Legolas.
Hilda Bianca is really nice. I think she's the like 35 point Lake Town hero, right? And she leads like 12 models, so it's a great way to bump up numbers. And then Nori the Dwarf, I'd be curious about that pick because I don't think he's a lower heroic tier, right? Like he's not the leader of the army.
No, I imagine Beorn would have to be surely your leader.
I was thinking it would be let's see, Beorn and Legolas are both in Hero of Valor. And yeah, Nori is a Hero of Fortitude. So I'm assuming Legolas is the leader? And Beorn can just go nuts?
Probably, yeah. Keep Leggy safe.
He's got the Elven Cloak on to hide him too, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty classic, right? You got elves with glaives behind Lake Town Militia to make them better and just keep fighting. It's a low defense list, but obviously he did well with it, right?
It is a low defense. You got a lot of bows, though.
That's true. What do you have? 11 plus Legolas? 14 shots
plus
a turn?
Legolas. Yeah.
That is a lot of shots, actually.
I assume Lake Town Militia hit on 4s.
believe so. Yeah, it's not even bad shooting, right?
Yeah, this seems strong. It would be tough to play against. Like you're taking shots. There's lots of bodies. You got to deal with Bayorn and Legolas.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a list where you can feel like you're winning because you might chew up a bunch of like Lake Town models, but at the same time, it takes a lot of stuff to stop a Bayorn, Legolas, and Nori all coming down.
Yeah. All right, we'll move on.
Yeah, so it's good.
Next up, we got Henry Oakes playing Kingdom of Khazad-dûm.
Dude,
First
shout out
list.
to this is a list we talked about, and I despise dwarfs, but I'm so happy he did well with this list because it's one of the coolest lists.
Yeah,
this might be a different one, actually.
This is the different one. This is the other one. This is the one with Khazad-guard.
Very similar.
Yeah, the other list we were talking about didn't have any Khazad-guard.
Yeah, this one has 3. Yeah, no Durin, just Dwarf Kings, eh? So we got a Dwarf King, 3 Khazad-guard, 4 Iron Guard, 3 Dwarf Warriors with Shield, and a Dwarf Warrior with Banner, and 4 Dwarf Rangers with Longbow. Then the next warband is another Dwarf King with 5 Warriors with Shield, 4 Iron Guard, and 4 Dwarf Rangers with Bow. Last warband is a Dwarf Captain with 4 Dwarf Warriors with Shield, 4 Iron Guard, and 4 Dwarf Rangers with Longbow. Andrew, 43 models. What's so good about this list?
Dude, 43 dwarves? That's a lot.
43 dwarves.
You got, what mirrors. Is that, 12 shots?
12 bows and 12 throwing. Actually, sorry. 14 throwing weapons because the 2 kings have them as well.
That's a lot of skirmish potential. I know dwarves is kind of harder to skirmish with throwing weapons, but if you're getting your charges off and getting to throw, like, that's quite a bit. Well,
and it's all 4+, right? So if you get like a turn where you have priority and you're charging, I mean, you might not get all of them off in one turn, but like 14 throwing weapons, say you got 10 of them off, 5 of them are going to hit, right? And if it's a D4 or D5 army, like you're getting at least like 2 to 3 kills on average, I'd say.
Yeah.
And so, it's not the list that we were expecting, right? We expect Durin and a bunch of Hearthguard, like Khazad-guard, marching around, but 43 models is a lot at this point's level, especially when most things in your army are D6 or higher. Dwarf Kings and Captains are super solid. I'd be curious how he did in Contest of Champions, what he went up against for that one, but 6-1 with this kind of an army list is really cool to see.
He went up against Uklit Scouts. That was a lucky draw.
Yeah, okay.
That should have been a loss, probably.
Dwarf King could chop up Uruk-hai pretty quick in that. In that game. Yeah, that's funny. That's a good draw. That's a really good draw.
Not sometimes, pretty much all the time. Like, there's always an element of luck involved. Like, sometimes your dice are good or bad. I know Will hates that. Sometimes you get a good matchup. Sometimes you get a Contest of Champions against Ugluk and you just kill him and you win the game.
Sometimes you get a board with a bunch of woodland terrain and you're playing against Lurtz's scouts, which is just unfortunate. It's like it's interesting how, I mean, other than Tyler's list, the Battle of 5 Armies one, the other 3 have been pretty, like, I don't know what the right word is. I was about to say boring, but like just like a stock standard list, you know what I mean?
Standard.
Like, it's Dwarf Kings and it's Warriors, you know, it's Boromir with Warriors. It's the Witch King with Warriors. Like, it's very just like generic and
straightforward.
Yeah, it's been interesting to see that, where this one, I guess, has variety with different warrior types, but just like Dwarf King, Dwarf Captain, when you have other like named heroes on the list is interesting to see.
This is a lot of dominant too. Like your rangers, each list has 4 or 5 rangers and warriors. Like it's a lot of Dom 2 in the list.
Yeah, I think there's 12 rangers and 12 warriors or something like that, and then the dwarf captain as well. That's 25 models at Dom 2.
Yeah, and the king, your leader at Dom 3.
Yeah. Yeah, he'd love an objective scenario.
Yeah. Let's move on to the next one. Oh man, an Italian name. Giordano uh Marchi? Marchi?
Sure.
Shadows of Angmar. Here's another typical list for you. We know Adam Bird loves this one.
Yeah. Gullivar, 42 models at 700 points is pretty good. But you do have Gullivar, 2 werewolves, 2 specters, an orc with banner, some orcs with 2 with shield, 2 with spear, 3 wild wargs. And then another warband is Angmar Orc Captain, 3 orcs with shield, 3 with spear, 1 two-handed weapon. And then you have 3 warbands that are all barrow-weights leading orcs with shield and spear, about 6 in each of them. There's 3 orcs with shield, 2 with spear, and 1 two-handed weapon. Yeah. Talk about toxic. Can we just call this one a toxic list?
Yeah, this is just like unfun to play against. If you take out Gullivar, you just win pretty much. Like it's just an all-in kind of thing, kind of like playing depths. Yeah. Obviously it's strong. The werewolves are like kind of nice flavor in the specters, but
Yeah.
if you can kill Gullivar, the list falls apart.
Yeah, I mean, the barrel weights in Gullivar making your orcs cause terror is really cool. But yeah, it's just barrel weights. Barrel weights are barrel weights. They paralyze your heroes and they take all the fun out of the game.
Yeah. I do hope they change Paralyze.
Yeah.
I have 2 barrel weights here that I've used and painted, and like it was like kind of fun. But I can't imagine like grinding, like going to 3 or 4 events with that and being like, okay, I'm going to paralyze a hero now. It's like, okay.
Is it?
Am I having fun even?
It's not fun to play against. Is it even fun to be the one playing it, where you're just like sitting there throwing dice at their people?
It was fun for like a little bit. Like my first event, it was like, okay, this is kind of cool. But I can't imagine going back now and being like, all right, I have barrow weights. We're enough. Please consider voting for me for best sportsman.
Yeah, right. No chance of that, man.
I don't think there's much to talk about for this. Like, you paralyze, you jump on a Gullivar and you kill them, or you get trapped and killed and you lose. But it looks like he did more of the killing.
The annoying thing is even a werewolf. If you paralyze something, even a werewolf has like a pretty strong chance of taking it down in a turn or two, right? Like, it's so hide your barrel weights, paralyze them, and then kill them. That's pretty straightforward. I did notice his one loss is against the Last Alliance, which I'm wondering if that is running into, basically fight 7, 8, or 9 heroes that have strike while Gullivar doesn't, and kind of some form of magic resistance. I think, like,
Yeah.
Elrond, or sorry, not Elrond, Isildur and Elendil both have a resistant roll rate.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's interesting to see. But he took out Blackgate twice, Rivendell, and Contest of Champions. Like, there's definitely some play with it. It's such a toxic. I don't know if toxic's the right word, but it's such a feel bad way to win games, I feel.
Yeah. I mean, the score says it, right? Like, he scored really low, except for this game where he scored terribly because Gullivar probably died early, and then that was that.
Yeah.
And probably because
exactly.
Last Alliance, there was 2 big heroes, and Gullivar tried to take out one, the other one probably got into the combat.
And has strike, right? Like,
yeah, and struck up. And that's it. Giordano, you can go back to Italy with your shame list. Let's look at Giuntana Matila playing Men of the West.
first of all, shout out to him for being not being scared off by the FAQ. He brought
Yeah, look at
Guahir, he
this.
brought the big bird. Like, good for him. 21 models. We got Aragorn leading 5 Ministerial Warriors with shield, 5 with spear. We got Legolas with an Elven Cloak, 5 Warriors with shield, 3 with shield and spear, and then we have Guahir. 21 models that's such a low model count for 700.
That's extremely low. But man, this just shows that like Guahir was truly undercosted.
Yeah. Like you think about some of the games he's won, we can see is like domination against Halls of Thranduil. He lost Holt Ground, which makes sense. His model count's low, but the Dom 2 should have helped. Curious how that one went. Might have just got shot off the board too against Defenders Helm's Deep, but then he beat a Fangorn and stormed the camp. I guess that's expected. Beat Moria into the death, beat Reclamation and Fog of War, beat Arnor and Retrieval. It's a lot of different lists, and he was able to go into all of them, right?
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's the thing about Men of the West Guahir, right? Like, you got a bird who can do whatever you need him to do.
This is the highest placing Men of the West list that was there, and it's one of the only ones that brought Guahir, which is, I think, interesting. Yeah. He's still good. He's still great.
He's still good. I don't think we need to talk about Men of the West any more than that and talk to death. But yeah, it's still good. This one's interesting.
This is the one I wanted to talk about because I love this one.
So we're up into the 6-0-1 now. So 6 wins and a draw.
Right on.
And let's take a look here. Last Alliance, 32 models. So not bad. Elendil with 12 Warriors of Numenor with Shield and Spear. Gil-galad, Rivendell Warrior with a banner. 8 with shield, 5 with shield and spear, and those are the Kingsguard, just 5 of them, and then 4 elf bows. I quite like that. I was just sprinkled in some Kingsguard with spear supports to just send him the fight 6 where he needs to send him.
Yeah, no, it's a wonderful list. I think it's great. It's funny because we all forgot about this, right? We all looked at Last Alliance and people were bringing Isildur as a solo drop and, Elrond with a full warband. Like, everyone left the 2 big boys that are stuck on foot alone. But, like, Fight 8 and Fight 9 are still Fight 8 and Fight 9. And then, I think Last Alliance is just it's a strong list because of Rollerblades, like being able to wound things when they charge you is huge.
Yeah. It's so big. Like, you forget how often you just want to send a model, especially when you're playing like orcs or goblins. You just be like, okay, I'm just going to tag that. Like, I want priority grade. Throw this goblin into 2 models that are each twice as points value, and that's like such good value. But you do that, and then he rolls 2 dice, and if any of them are 6, you lose the model.
Yeah, even for like charging heroes on horses and stuff, right? Like, you could just lose your horse. It's it's crazy. He had a bunch of wins against stuff like the Shire, Lords of Scouts, Men of the West, Hosts of the Dragon Emperor, 2 Hosts of the Dragon Emperors, Defenders of Helm's Deep. He had 1 draw against Blackgate and Storm the Camp, which I think we can see from the army list. There's no speed, right? There's no march. There's no cavalry models. There's nothing like
no
that.
Speed.
So it kind of makes sense that he not that he played for a draw, but like that was bound to be the outcome in a way. At best.
That's a tough one. Especially because it was Jacob Lucas' list, which we know has like 52 models in it. So from our past video, so it's an uphill battle.
32 models feels good. I'm very happy to see Elendil and Gil-galad having some success. It feels like heck, I was one of them. Just they got forgotten. They just got swept to the side. I know one of our last episodes, Adam Bird brought up Linden as a good list that people haven't been paying attention to, just because Fight 9 is Fight 9, right?
And Fight 6 troops.
Fight 6 troops, yeah. And it's a nice balance where he has all his warriors with shield and bow are enough to stand in front of the warriors, so you really have those Kingsguard spearmen behind everything. They don't need to be fighting until, they place their hero wherever they want to, and then you could pop them in there. So it's really, I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah, this seems good. This seems strong. Obviously it is, but it seems 32 models as well. I think is the most surprising thing about this.
To get 4th place is pretty impressive with this list, right? Like,
Yeah. That was George Downing. And next up we have Leo Gobert.
sure.
And he was playing, was he
Looks like a
playing?
Rivendell list.
He's playing Rivendell. These French people. 32 models as well. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
We got Elrond on horse. We got Rivendell Warriors, 5 with shield, 8 with shield and spear. 2 naked warriors?
Yeah, you could take them just as like the pose that they are released as.
You
So
can
it's
take
just
them with a
swords, right?
shield or a
Yeah.
spear? Really?
Yeah.
And then
That's how they.
one
That's
with
how
bow,
they.
one with banner.
That's how they sell them. It feels like you shouldn't be
Oh,
able to take them
right.
with a shield, right?
Oh, right, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
So weird. Such a anyway, let's not get into that. And then after that, he's got Lindir, 3 warriors with shield, 1 with bow, 5 with shield and spear, and a knight with a shield. And then he has Arwen on Asphaleth, obviously, with 1 warrior with a bow and 1 with who's a knight with a shield. This seems like a list. If I came up against, I would be like, I don't want to play this. This is going to be tough. No matter what I'm playing, there's so many tools.
It's a hard list to go. It's a hard list to just figure out like what do you attack. Like trying to catch Arwen's going to be tough on a 12-inch moving Asphaleth, right? Trying to get to Lindir is going to be tough because he's going to be standing behind the shield wall. Trying to deal with Elrond is tough already, but then when he's casting Wrath of Bruin in every turn, it's even worse, right? Like, yeah, it's 32 models is healthy, right? It's not below average. It's kind of right there. Like it's very cool to see. The one thing I will say in our preview episode, I think we went through like 3 Rivendell lists, and they all had Bilbo in it. And he
And
didn't
this one
bring
doesn't.
Bilbo, and so you got a couple more models, maybe an extra knight in there. But yeah, a bunch of Wrath of Brunins, and then if they end up breaking you, you get your Mega Wrath, which is like very, very, very good. And it's a list where you don't even like. There's not a ton of might in this list, but you don't even really need to call moves in this list because they're like they charge you. You get to reroll 1s against them when they charge you. And so it's very kind of between Elrond's foresight points. When you need priority, you can get it, and then calling moves. A lot of the time, you probably aren't going to care that much if they're the ones charging you.
To wound or to duel?
To wound. Reroll 1s to wound.
It's good. That's what you want. Strength 3.
Yeah. And so, like, I mean, when especially early in the game, when the shield walls are just bumping into each other,
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, you don't even care about, you don't even want priority at that point, right?
Yeah. Well, you can even just like take your knights and pull off anything that's coming around and flank to you, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, it's a cool list. I've never played Lindir. I think it takes some because he gives the will point to Elrond, but he also has a resistant to magic bubble to help. Even like it helps protect your warriors, but mainly for Elrond, right? Like one of the things is Elrond only has 3 will points. He's trying to cast, and then if he's trying to resist as well, like he doesn't have enough resources, and Lindir just kind of solves all his problems for him.
Seems like it. You should try this out.
Yeah, I don't have a Lindir I don't know if I don't have one. I should get one.
Get one. You should buy more models.
No, I still like the Elf Twins better, but anyway.
Second place, we have Adam Howenick,
Nice.
Army of the White Hand. This is a big list. 46
Actually,
models.
before we get into this list, actually, one of the interesting things, the third place and fourth place. Third place was actually 6-1, but fourth place was 6-0-1. So he must have just had major, like the Rivendell list must have had major wins, and the Last Alliance list had some minor wins, and that's kind of how the TPs swung.
Yeah, must have done.
Yeah, just I didn't realize that till just now. So sorry for interrupting, but this Army of the White Hand is back to being a 6-0-1 list.
Yeah. With 46 models. Will, you can read this one.
Yeah, thanks. Army of the White Hand, 46 models, 700 points. We got Saruman with 1 Corbane, got a couple Warg Riders, 2 Uruk-hai Scouts with Uruk-hai Bow, 4 Uruk-hai Scouts with Shield, 3 Wild Men of Dunlin with Bow, 2 Men of Dunlin with Spear, 3 Orcs with Spear. What a variety, eh? Like, talk about a soup list.
Everything.
We got an Uruk-hai Scout Captain with 1 Corbane, 2 Warg Riders, 2 Scouts with Shield, 2 Scouts with Uruk-hai Bow, 2 Wildmen with Spear, 2 Orcs with Spear, a Wildman of Dunlin with Bow. Then you have the Oathmaker with 1 Corbane, 2 Warg Riders, 2 Uruk-hai Scouts with Uruk-hai Bow, 4 Wildmen of Dunlin with Bow, 3 Wildmen of Dunlin with Spear, and then finally you have Grima Wormtongue. This is a lot of Uruk-hai in here, actually.
It is a lot of Uruk-hai, isn't it?
A lot of, like, he's got 6 Warg Riders, and then he probably has around 10 to 12 Uruk-hai in there as well. And lots of bows.
Guess you could strength 3 shooting with them, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think he has, 6 Uruk-hai bows? But then he also has a bunch of Dunlin. I think he ended up with 8 Dunlin bows. So it's surprisingly rangy. And
yeah, I think
Corbane are still good. So
yeah, Corbane are still good. I think this is like kind of skirmish, and then when they get close, you like mess them up with Sauron, right? Saruman, I mean,
yeah,
like, push their hero away, compel them, or transfix them, or whatever.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, all the Warg Riders, except for one of them, have shield and throwing spears. It's a lot of range. It's a lot of ranged attacks, man.
It is. And a lot of movement, tons of mobility, and you're getting fight 4.
Yeah, with the scouts.
And strength 4. Yeah, it seems solid. I don't think we've ever seen anything quite like this.
I don't think we've seen it built like as soupy, right? Like with using Uruk-hai, Wildmen, and Orcs.
Yeah. Is this the list you take Berserker spam in?
No.
Is that the other one?
That's Muster of Isengard.
Right.
This one is the one like what a good, well-built list, right? And then you toss in there that Saruman lightnings the enemy and makes them all move half for a turn and can make them fearful for a turn if he wants. Like, if you can get it, like, it's such a good army at like getting ahead quickly. You know what I mean? And then it's just got to coast the rest of the game.
Yeah, this seems pretty fun. I like all the different troops. I like how you have like a little bit of everything.
Yeah, it's very
feels
cool.
very themed.
It's very cool. 46 models is a lot.
Yeah.
I feel like, is this another list that we kind of forgot about recently? Because like Army of the White Hand was played so much at the beginning of the edition.
Yeah.
Or maybe people are still playing it, but I feel like I didn't come into the event being like, oh, Army of the White Hand is going to podium. I feel like I kind of forgot about them.
He played 3 other Army of the White Hands, and I was curious about who he played in contests, and it was another Army of the White Hand.
Yeah, talk about, is that another lucky draw?
Yeah.
Who do you think you make your champion? The Scout Captain or the Oathmaker?
Surely the Scout Captain, right? Like, you just got to hope you win.
-1 to win fights?
Yeah, but you just got to hope your Saruman transfixes or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough one.
And then I guess a bit of bad luck, he pulled Army of the White Hand and stormed the camp. So where he probably should have won that on like if you played it out like 10 times or 15 times.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, against any other list with the Gale and Lightning, you're so far
Yeah.
ahead when you start far away from people.
0-0. So they just didn't even bother. No one made it.
That's that's like what 2 hours of just like what a waste of time
What a
to end 0-0.
nightmare. What an absolute waste of time. Yeah. All right. Nice job, Adam. Taking second and first place, we have none other than Alex Colsante with Reclamation, the only player to go 7-0. Look at
very
that.
closely.
Should we look at the
Very
matchups
closely.
first, really quick?
Yeah, we got
Minas Morgul in contest.
He played 2 Minas Morgul's. He played 2 Last Alliance lists. Played Army of the White Hand, Defenders of Helm's Deep, and Hosts of the Dragon Emperor. Dealt with a lot of like. He's either dealing with Fight 5 or he's dealing with hordes. Because like
Yeah.
4 of them, like Defenders of Helm's Deep, the Last Alliance list, and Hosts of the Dragon Emperor all have really a lot of Fight 5 in the list. And then Minas Morgul, Army of the White Hand are pretty hoardy.
Man, Defenders of Helm's Deep way up here.
It's a good list, man.
Yeah. Well, let's look at Alex's list. Version 1.1, I like that. 34 models. What was the other reclamation list?
35.
35, so a bit less. We got Boromir, fully kitted out. 5 Warriors with Shield, 4 with Spear, 1 Ranger, 1 Osgiliath Vet with Spear, and 3 Knights. This is a cool warband. Then we got Faramir, 5 Warriors with Shield, 4 Shield and Spear, 1 Ranger, 2 Osgiliath Vets with Spear, and 2 Knights. And then Madril with 3 Rangers of Gondor. You and Zach were saying that you didn't rate Madril and you would have taken a captain.
Yeah, but Zach made actually
guys,
a really good point for the first time in a long time, where it's like
maybe
a 7-round tournament. The odds of pulling Maelstrom not just one time but multiple times is pretty good.
Yeah, that's true.
And so, yeah, having him for Maelstrom scenarios is good. I know a lot of people like him more. I find when I play, I like just a captain. I think the Minas Tirith captain is just so good. I like him a lot. But yeah, I can kind of understand why it ended up like this with Madril.
Yeah. This seems good and fun and themed.
Yeah, it's neat to see him take other things, right? We see a couple Rangers tossed in there for maybe some honesty bows. A couple people he can leave on a back objective. Like with the Rangers and Faramir Madril, I think he's got like, I don't know, 6 or 7 shots a turn. He's got a lot of Knights, like 5 Knights of Minas Tirith is a good amount.
That's a lot of Knights.
Yeah, the Skilliath Veterans with Spear is the more interesting choice to me, because you're paying the same amount of points as a Warrior Minas Tirith with Shield and Spear. You're gaining Hatred Mordor, which I guess works out when you face Minas Morgul a couple times.
Yeah.
But then the only other thing is when they're near Boromir or Faramir, they reroll 1s to wound, which doesn't feel like it's that worth it, because you're losing. I think you're losing a defense compared to like a regular warrior. Well, really 2 if you're in shield wall as well.
I guess 2 technically, yeah. He must have found a way to make it work, though.
You gain, you also have better courage and intelligence, so maybe that plays into it. You're 6+ on both those instead of 7+ like a warrior.
That's pretty good. So when they break, you can more confidently send them out or to dig up objectives or whatever artifacts.
Yeah, might be as diggers. Yeah, 3 of them sprinkled in there. I mean, he dropped, like compared to the other reclamation list, he dropped 1 and he just switched a lot of like the regular warriors just to different things that cost about the same or less.
The breakpoint's the same, like 35 and 34.
Yeah, 18 dead. No, it's cool. It's cool to see him do so well with it, right?
Yeah.
I was worried in that last round he played Minas Morgul, so it's like Boromir versus Witch King. It's if he got magic down, then he's definitely in trouble, right? But unfortunately, I didn't get to watch the game. I know it was being streamed, but I didn't get to see it.
I was busy this weekend, so I didn't catch the stream, but I plan to go back and watch some games while I'm doing some pain, avoiding shame points.
As you should, as you should. But yeah, no, congrats to Alex. We had him on almost a year ago now.
Yeah, a long time.
He's a really nice guy. It's nice to have him on. And yeah, I love Reclamation. I played this myself, and it's such a fun, strong list. Yeah, I don't know. You have anything else that you want to say about any of these lists?
I like Alex's list. I like the Asciliathets. They're like really cool models. And I'm glad to see that they're like being used. The Minas Morgul, yeah. I've been liking Minas Morgul. Feels very strong. It's good to see it in a top 10. Shadows of Angmar, Men of the West, we kind of know, kind of expected that they would do well. An Army of the White Hand. Although this was an interesting build of Army of the White Hand.
I like the build compared to just like a wild Men of Dunland spam.
Yeah. This is 18th place.
Whoa, no werewolves at all. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wild warg chieftains and 20 wild wargs.
I thought this was just going to be a joke list.
Can you go to his games? How many? What did he do? He went 5, 5, and 2. Whoa, that's wild. Beating Rivendell into the death. I guess you have a turn where all your warg chieftains go to fight 6 in heroic combat.
How do you kill Aldrak?
Question.
Damn, a ride out way up here. I guess his ranking wasn't that good at this point, but interesting. Really interesting to see this kind of stuff.
That's really cool. That's really cool to see him kind of submarine a little bit up to the top there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's a cool list. That last alliance list above it. Can you click on that one? Alexander or Pfeiffer's or Elrond and Isildur and Rodel. So this is the way that we usually see the last alliance built.
Yeah, we're pretty close to it.
Yeah, and it's the same model count as Gilgalad and Elendil. That's Elrond on foot,
like the other
and
list
Isildur
better.
on foot. Yeah.
Well, Isildur on foot you can kind of get because you throw the ring on. Foot as well. I like the other list better.
Yeah, it's easy to say that now that he's in 4th place. Eh?
I like the big boys.
They're so cool. I feel so bad that I forgot about them or wrote them off.
I think that's it. I think we're rambling now.
No, I got a couple questions about this. We'll look at just this top 10. But what do you think was the biggest surprise army to finish in the top 10?
Biggest surprise army?
Mm-hmm. Do any of these stand out to you? Like, oh, I never thought I'd see that in the top 10. They're all good. Like they've all been good lists. But I guess the way that they've been built, the two that surprised me the most is the Last Alliance, because I forgot about how good Fight 8, Fight 9, 3 attack, 3 wound heroes are. But then also that Kingdom of Khazad-dûm, like Dwarf Kings, a ton of Iron Guards in the list. Like I thought it was just a really cool, very different way to build it than what at least we see all the time. We always see Durin and Hearthguard, and it's like, that's the one way you play it, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think those are probably the two most surprising. In terms of like lists I expected in the top 10, like none of these particularly surprised me. But the way that some of them are built were surprising, like you said. I think the first like surprising one is really the Wolfpack down here at 13.
Yeah, even Birder's Horde, I don't think it builds well at 700. Oh, actually,
You
let's
want
check
to take a
his
look?
list. Yeah, he's got the
50
War
models.
Chief, Double Captain, one Hill Troll with Birder. That's it.
Just one.
Yeah, 50 models. It's a lot of models. It's a lot of models that are Woodland Creature and Mountain Dweller, which is really cool. But yeah, those are the most surprising. At least the way that they built them. Um, is there a I don't know. Does this say anything about? I don't love to get into this topic of discussion, but is there anything to say about like the meta we're in? Are we going to see Reclamation dominate for the next 6 months? Are we going to see Gilgalad and Lendil come out and start doing well all the time? Like, is there anything about this that you think is like, yeah, this is a list we're going to see, you know, for the rest of the year at least, winning tournaments?
I think we'll see some Reclamation come back out for sure.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I don't think it'll affect it too much. Like this is really the first big event since the FAQ, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's only been a month, right?
Yeah, so it's hard to say.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to
100%.
see too much of a meta shift. I think we're going to see Men of the West drop off, which we already have in terms of usage.
Yeah, I was surprised how many people just took Men of the West, but took Gandalf instead of Gwyer.
Yeah.
It was a bit of a knee-jerk reaction for sure.
Yeah,
But
clearly.
But cool to see. Cool to see. Is there an army or a list that like you think should have been there and we don't see up there?
You know what? I'm maybe a little surprised there isn't a depths in like the top 20.
Yeah.
I think that people just aren't playing it. I think the depths could still even finish top 10. Yeah. If you played really well and got some good scenario luck, you could definitely get a depths in the top 10.
But I'm a little surprised, like, we don't see any Hobbit era armies. Like, there's Battle of Five armies at 8, but the rest of them are Lord of the Rings era. And even, I mean, we have Beornings at 15. Like, in the top 23 of what we can see here, there's 2 Hobbit era lists. It's not a lot.
Yeah, and that's no Erebor reclaimed, although that isn't like it's really,
Sorry,
really
there's
good.
an Erebor reclaimed right there. 21.
Oh, there is. Oh, yeah, I went right over it. Okay, well, there you go.
Three out of 23 feels like a small amount. Feels like we should be seeing. I don't know. Did anybody even play Goblin Town at 700 points? That'd be a lot. Can you imagine playing 7 games of like 80 models?
That would be a huge amount.
Yeah. Oh, there's your Depths of Moria. Is that the
47th
highest?
is the first depths.
That's the highest one. 4 and 3. Wow.
Half of them are all right here. Yeah, I
How
mean,
interesting.
I'm not sure how good these players are, but I feel like you could have gone easily 5 and 2 at depths.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Another one is Defenders of the Pelennor. I think there's a bunch of people play that, and I don't remember seeing them anywhere near the top. It's 36, the highest one, or 24? Oh no, that's
24.
Defenders of Helm's Deep. That's Defenders of Helm's Deep. Defenders of Pelennor was 36th. He's the highest one.
Yeah. What did he run? Gandalf, Elfhelm, Arlas, and the Bolt Thrower.
Cool build, to be honest.
It is a cool build.
Elfhelm is a solo drop too.
Yeah, look at that.
But yeah, there's There's lots out there, right? Man, can you imagine going to a 240-person tournament? That's insane.
241. Oh no, these were dropped.
Looks like
There's quite a few drops actually.
Yeah, but some people actually played games and then dropped, and others didn't. Like people at 1 in 3 must have just left after the Saturday, I guess.
Yeah, I guess a bunch of people probably left after the first day.
Dude, how could you do that, man? You're at Ardacon, the biggest tournament is this the biggest tournament in the world? I know Poland has had, I think, 200 plus before. Nations Cup was like 140 or something like that. Yeah, like
it's gotta be the best tournament.
The biggest or one of the biggest tournaments, and you're gonna drop after the Saturday. Like, at least go and have a beer and hang out with people for Sunday.
Yeah, exactly.
Where's the highest ranking Lothlorien list, actually?
It was right up there.
22. Damn. No
Celeborn Haldir.
It's a different build. Anyway,
yeah,
I guess
no
this is. I don't know if people want to just watch us figure stuff out
Probably
live.
Not. I think we can wrap it up.
How about this last question about this one? What out of the top 10 lists, if you could pick one to play tomorrow, like take it to your next tournament, which list out of the top 10 are you thinking you would really enjoy playing? And let's do enjoy, not what you think you'd do well with, because I think all these lists are good. What's the one that you would be like, oh man, this is so fun and I love playing this?
I think it's got to be Last Alliance for me.
Yeah, it's that one or the Army of the White Hand.
Army of the White Hand would be good too.
I just think it's such a cool. Maybe this is how people have been building it. I haven't paid too much attention to Army of the White Hand. Maybe this is the way that people have been doing it all along. But having the Uruk-hai and the Wildmen and the Orcs and getting 14 bows in there. I mean, Kerbane are still just annoying. They still need to be something needs to be done about them. But yeah, it's such a fun. I just think it'd be a fun list to play. Even if you didn't use the lightning and the gale and all that stuff, it's still like such a cool list.
It's fun when you have all these different troop types and you're like trying to be like, okay, what is this? What am I charging with this guy? What's going to be his best matchup right here in this battle line? And like sending him out and okay, he's going there, and then like this guy's going to go here because he got fight 4, and who's teaming up, and that's like very fun to do that.
Yeah, I think armies like that with like variety, it like your decision tree becomes huge in a game, right? Where you're trying to do what you're talking about, like matching people up and getting advantages where you can and stuff like that. But yeah, it's a lot. It just seems a lot more fun to have so much variety compared to nothing against the list, but like that first list we looked at, the Reclamation one, where it's 3 heroes and the same warrior type 32 times. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. It wouldn't tickle your brain for too long, I feel.
No, yeah, this one is very straightforward.
Yeah.
You're buying time for Boromir and Faramir to chop through your stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. It's still a cool list. Whenever I can, I'm still going to play Reclamation because it is that fun. It's interesting. I take a lot of Rangers in my list with Spear, but they both left them at home for the most part, which I guess
they just wanted
makes sense. Yeah, more D6, D7.
Yeah.
All right.
We're done now.
Are we done? I think we're done. I think we're done. Thanks everybody for listening. Let us know what your favorite of the top 10 was, if you had one. If we missed anything, like if there's an army that should be in the top 10 that wasn't, if there was something that surprised you, let us know. What are we doing? We have new shame points. Let us know what you think of that. Shame Wheel will return next week and see if Zach painted his piece of terrain. We have a live stream tonight if you're watching this the day that it comes out. Check out our Patreon. I set up a poll for what my next hobby project is going to be, my shame project. You know what? I'll actually shout it out. There's 5 army lists. I did a full poll with like all the armies that I kind of own or are close to that I could build. And we had a big vote, and people kind of picked these 5 were the ones that came out on top. So the 5 that I have the potential to play in October is the Fellowship, Paz of the Druidan, Sharky's Rogues. That one is a maybe though, because I gotta buy all of the models for that, and I'm not sure if I'll financially recover from that. Army of Gothmog and Army of the Great Eye. Andrew, if you had to vote for one of those ones for me, which one would it be?
I know you're looking forward to playing your Great Eye list, so I think I would secretly vote for that one.
There we go. That's what I'm talking. But yeah, if you want to head over to, go ahead.
I don't hate you enough to make you play Sharky's Rogues.
Dude, that's it. That's the only one that would be like, I feel like it would just be a rough day.
Yeah.
It'd be a rough day just rolling dice and losing all the time.
You have no hero. You have no good troops.
No tricks. There's not, like,
no tools.
Not much.
Unless you're playing hobbits.
Yeah. Yeah, then you get to live Zach's dream and handcuff some hobbits. But yeah, this is, if you want to head over to our Patreon, you can be a free member and you can get to vote on it. Whatever we vote on, the patrons are going to choose my army list. They're going to choose my paint scheme for the army. They're going to choose what's on my display board. And then I got to take it to our season finale. I have to get it done by then and then take it to our season finale. So we'll see what happens. Check it out. Andrew, is there anything from your end, anything you want to say?
Yeah, we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Probably not going to happen, but you got to set aggressive goals. If you're still here and you're not subscribed, don't be rude. Just press subscribe. Come on.
We're supposed to be begging for that at the beginning of the episode.
We're supposed to be begging for subs. Maybe we'll do some more dice giveaways, or
I think Zach said he wanted to do that. I don't know if he announced. I don't know if we can announce what it is yet. But he has a giveaway for our 750 that he wants to do.
Yeah. So let's hit 750 and let's go. You can win. You have a chance to win a prize. We'd like to keep doing more stuff. So, and if people subscribe, we appreciate it a lot.
Yeah.
It gives us motivation to do more stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Is that enough begging?
Subscribe to our Patreon. Everything helps, even $2 a month.
No, we're not just begging for clicking buttons. We're begging for money now too, right?
Yeah, that's right.
No, we aren't going to need Patreon if Zach misses as many shame points as I think he's going to.
Yeah, he's going to be our patron. You know what? I'll say this as well. If you're still here, people listening, we are most likely having a really cool event next year. Can I say that?
Yeah.
We're most likely having a really cool event next year. OSBGL event, so it'll be in Toronto, if it most likely happens, which it most likely will. We would love to have people come and to that event. I know I have no details for you because it's not confirmed yet. But if you feel like coming to Canada, there'll be hotels nearby, or you can sleep on our floors. But
or even our couches.
Perhaps our couches if we like you enough. Consider, keep that in mind. More details to come in the next couple months.
Yeah. Okay. It's a nice little teaser.
Announcement of an announcement. Classic.
We're dragging this out now. I think we're good to go.
We're good. We can sign off.
We're good to go. All right. Comment. No, you know what? Let's not say anymore. Just paint your models.
Paint your models.
Right on.